Hello, I'm Anil S. Nayak, Assistant Professor in IT Department, WIT, Solapur. So, in the previous lectures, we discussed in detail the concept of manual testing and automation testing. So, now we will discuss in detail the concept of Selenium testing tool. So, first we will discuss what is Selenium. Selenium is a free open source automated testing suite for web application across different browsers and platforms. So this Selenium testing tool, it is a web application tool and it supports the different browsers and different platforms. So we call it as a suite of software tool. It is not a single tool, it is a combination of different tools. So that is called a suite of software tools to automate the web browsers. So next we will discuss the other concepts. So Selenium is not a single tool as it is a suite of softwares and each catering to different testing needs of an organization. So this suite is categorized into 4 components. So the first is the Selenium IDE, Selenium IDE, that is integrated development environment, then Selenium remote control, then WebDriver and Selenium Git. So these are the 4 main components or suites of Selenium testing tool. So in the next video tutorial, we will discuss all these 4 test suites in detail. So as in the figure, the Selenium suite, so it is divided into 4 main components: Selenium IDE, Selenium RC, Selenium WebDriver. So it's only WebDriver, it's not a Selenium WebDriver, and Selenium Grid. So these are the different versions of Selenium suite. So Selenium RC, we call it as, it is also called as Selenium 1, and in 2008, so the Selenium company, so they decided to merge this WebDriver and Selenium RC into, and they called it as Selenium 2. So Selenium RC has some drawbacks, so it's the old version and the WebDriver is the latest version. So they combined, and in 2008 they merged and they call it as Selenium 2.0. So the nowadays in company, so this WebDriver is used for, means the most use the WebDriver. Then at the moment, Selenium RC and the WebDriver are merged into a single framework, that is Selenium 2, and Selenium 1, by the way, that is referred to as Selenium RC. Selenium RC is also called as Selenium 1. And next we will discuss the Selenium, the license. As all Selenium projects, so this concept you should know, what is the Selenium license. All Selenium projects that are released under the license of Apache 2.0, so means license means that anybody can download and use, anybody can modify the source code, and anybody can distribute the code. So if anybody is downloaded, modified, and if you want to sell that code to anybody, so that is not allowed. So selling the modified code is not allowed. Okay. selling the modified code is not allowed in the Selenium license. So next we'll discuss about who developed the Selenium. The Selenium was created by the Jason Huggins in 2004, an engineer at ThoughtWorks, and he was working on a web application that required the frequent testing. So he was working in a company and where he was working on a web application and that required the frequent testing. So he realized that the repetitious manual testing of their application was becoming more and more inefficient. So he created a JavaScript program that would automatically control the browser's action. So because of the repeatedly the execution of the repeatedly executing the test cases, so he felt he was putting more effort to do the manual testing. So he created one JavaScript program that would automatically control the browser's action. So he named that as the JavaScript test runner. So first he given that the JavaScript program as JavaScript test runner, which was later renamed as Selenium Core. So why the name Selenium? Why they given the name as Selenium for the tool, that is testing tool? Another automated testing framework was popular during the Selenium's development, and it was the company called as Mercury Interactive. So it was one company, Mercury Interactive. Yes, the company who originally made QTP before it was acquired by HP. So the QTP, Quick Test Professional, the QTP tool, that is originally it is made by the company Mercury Interactive, and later it is acquired by the HP company. So and it was popular during in 2004. This QTP tool was popular in the market. So since the Selenium is a well-known antidote for mercury poisoning, so Jason suggested that name and his teammates took it, and so that is how we got to call this framework up to the present. So it was an antidote for the mercury poisoning. So that's why they given the name as Selenium. Next we'll discuss in brief about the different components of suites of the Selenium. The first one is the Selenium IDE. So Selenium Integrated Development Environment is the simplest framework in the Selenium suite. It's a very simplest Selenium suite and is the easiest one to learn, and it is a Firefox plugin that you can install as easily as you can with other plugins. It is a simple plugin. So this plugin you can download and you can install in your Firefox browser. However, because of its simplicity, Selenium IDE should only be used as a prototyping tool. So if you want to create a more advanced test cases, you will need to use either Selenium RC or WebDriver. So by using Selenium IDE, you can do some simple tests For advanced tests, so you have to go for the advanced versions of the Selenium suite. So next we will discuss about the disadvantage of this Selenium IDE. So the first thing is the advantage, it's very easy to use and install. It's very easy. The plugin is available and just you can add to your browser, and no programming experience is required. So for example, any non-technical people, those who have a background from the other than engineering, so they can also by taking the training, so they can also do the job. So no programming experience is required, so knowledge of HTML and DOM are needed, and can export tests to formats usable in Selenium RC and WebDriver. You can export the tests to the advanced versions that is used in advanced versions of Selenium suite, and has built-in help and test results reporting module, and also it provides support for extension. Extension is very important. The disadvantages of the Selenium IDE is it is available only in Firefox. Means you can use the Selenium IDE suite only for the Firefox browser. So that is one of the main drawback of Selenium IDE, and designed only to create prototypes of tests, and no support for iteration and conditional operations, and test execution is slow compared to that of Selenium RC and WebDriver. So it is a, if you can say, it is a basic version of suite of this Selenium.